information come from? So that's why we have Scott Sheehan, who's the Vice President of Small Business Services with Experian, to tell us more about that. Scott, take it away, please.
Sure. Thanks, John and Jimmy. So as mentioned, and as Jimmy demonstrated, you can see that DonorScope gives you a comprehensive set of information and tools. And behind that wealth of information is unprecedented access to the most comprehensive data about prospects and potential donors available. So the slide in front of you shows you the type of data that's available to you in helping to find these new prospects. What I want to spend just a couple minutes on is explaining a little bit about the data available, the quality of that data, and where it comes from. So behind this is Experian's Consumer View database, which is the largest and most comprehensive resource for both list services and data enhancement available today. It includes data on more than 235 million individuals in more than 113 million households. Those are staggering numbers. We have coverage on over 98% of all U.S. households. Now, I could go on and on about the breadth, quality, and accuracy of our data, but let me summarize it by stating that Experian employs a very rigorous process that includes the application of proprietary models, data from thousands of highly reliable sources, and time-proven algorithms to ensure that only the most deliverable addresses and accurate data elements are housed within our database. You can see on this slide those data elements that we make available through DonorScope and where some of those models are based on. Experian is an original data source compiler. And what that means is we acquire our data directly from thousands of reputable sources. For example, we work directly with local municipalities to gather home sale information. This ensures that we provide you with the most accurate, up-to-date information available. And we're constantly evaluating our sources to ensure that they continue to provide us with the best information. And another important point is that Experian knows the world is changing, particularly the world of data, such as the definition of a household. Traditional methods of determining household makeup rely solely on identifying individuals with the same surname at the same address. We know that's no longer the case. Consumer View goes a step beyond by establishing a living unit structure that recognizes that there can be different surnames in the same family. It includes roommates, living partners, as well as those locations that are considered as group quarters. It's just another example of how Experian ensures that we can deliver you a comprehensive set of data. Now, one of the things that I'm often asked is how do we develop the data that we have? Where does it come from? There's three types of data. One is actual data, such as real estate transactions. So we get that data directly from municipalities. The second is customer supply data. So we get data directly from consumers as they fill out surveys and product warranties and other areas where they are freely giving us information about themselves and their behaviors. And then the third is model data. And this is where Experian really excels because for years we've used our extensive understanding of data and statistical analysis to model information that is highly accurate. Now, is our data 100% accurate 100% of the time? Of course not. And I would not stand here and tell you that it is. It would be deceptive. However, businesses close abruptly, people suddenly move, data sources break down. And when it comes to our models, sometimes certain households may be misrepresented. But study after study has consistently shown that the Experian data is the most comprehensive and accurate in the industry. And to ensure that we are only delivering to you the data we feel most secure about, we score those models from highly likely to highly unlikely. And we only deliver through DonorScope that data that we feel confident in its accuracy. And finally, what I believe is really important, especially to this audience, the nonprofit sector, which strives to do so much good, is Experian is zealous about being compliant with all legal and ethical standards in marketing execution. As a leader in the direct marketing industry, we implement very stringent value-based practices that govern the acquisition, compilation, and sale of our data to ensure compliance with all legal guidelines and appropriate consumer notice and consent. You can feel very comfortable in using Experian data. So what all this means to you in a nutshell is that Experian only partners with companies that share the type of commitment to providing quality service to customers, and DonorScope is an ideal customer or partner that exemplifies that commitment. And now through the combination of DonorScope and Experian data, you've got the ability to reach those prospects and potential donors most likely to be receptive to your message. We're really excited about the fact that you have the opportunity to extend your reach, increase response rates, and grow your donor base through the data that is now made available through DonorScope. Jimmy, back to you.
That's lovely. Yeah, Scott, just revisit those two numbers again. X amount of consumers and X amount of households that Experian is constantly working with. What are those two numbers?
We have over 235 million individuals in over 113 million households.
Well, that is spectacular, and we've been using this data for years now and have been able to raise significant gifts from new friends as a result of our partnership with